Yes, welcome guys to Talk Your Mind channel. So where we are going to be discussing all football matters, dissecting it. So first of all, I want to really talk about these Premier League teams now. The Premier League is almost halfway gone, and still now we are still analyzing and trying to figure out which team is going to win the Premier League, which team has the upper hand to win the Premier League. From what we have been watching so far, majority of the people agree that Aston they have the stronger hand to win the Premier League from the way they have been playing, from their squad depth and all that. But recently, Man City's form has made us believe that Pep Guardiola is still Pep Guardiola, because before we thought he's finished. But he has shown us recently winning so many matches in a row. You understand? So now it made everybody start wondering who is actually going to win the Premier League. So from what we have gathered here now, they have played 16 Premier League matches so far this season. Arsenal is on 36 points. Man City is on 34 points. And also, even Aston Villa, they're in the conversation of because they cannot go all this straight run of games. They're about 9 straight games win. They have to be in the conversation of the Premier League, because from what Unai Emery is doing in this Aston Villa is astronomical. So right now, Aston Villa, they are currently staying third in the Premier League table with 33 points. Chelsea also, they are on 28 points. So, but the two teams everybody is talking about that are favourites in this Premier League is Man City and Arsenal. Man City is on 38 goals scored, 16 conceded. Arsenal is on 30 goals scored and 10 goals conceded, making it 20 goals difference. While Man City is having about 22 goal difference. So it's a very close call for the both of them. Any drop in point from Arsenal, Man City goes and Man City pick up maximum 3 points. They go first in the Premier League table. So I have a guest with me right now called the Egunu Sports. He's here to also share his own knowledge on the football matters and tell us what his own opinion is. So I'm going to be passing the mic on to him now for him to give us his own knowledge or ideas of who he thinks is having the upper hand to win the Premier League this season from what he has watched so far. So welcome to the show, Egunu Sports.
Thank you very much.
So who do you think from what you have watched so far, who do you think has the upper hand to win the Premier League? Is it going to be Man City? Is it going to be Arsenal, Liverpool, or anybody? Just give us your own opinion.
Yeah, for me, I always say anything other than Arsenal. Because from what we've seen so far, as in seasons past, this Arsenal team, especially Mikel Arteta, a very good manager, but he lacks that extra touch to go on and win the title. In the past 3 seasons, it has already shown that even no matter what he coaches, in the last minute, they somehow capitulate in the dying minute. So for me, it's always anything other than Arsenal. The teams that are there right now is Man City and Aston Villa. So it's either Man City or Aston Villa, but for the fact that Pep is Pep, I'll give it to Man City. Liverpool is so far behind right now. From the experience I have of watching the Premier League, it's going to be very, very difficult for Liverpool to catch up right now. And with the debacle they have with Mo Salah, who is their best legendary player, is off now to the AFCON. So I feel like them being without Mo Salah and the team the new signings not really gelling, I don't think they'll be able to catch up right now. So I'm giving it to Man City, Pep Guardiola, Man City, to win the league. Yeah.
So are you trying to say now that Aston Villa, they have the upper hand to win the Premier League more than Arsenal? Is that what you're trying to tell us?
Yeah, but Aston Villa, they have a very good manager in Unai Emery, and they are there right now, and they are winning so many games. They've gone on so many runs of so many wins. So I feel like because they are there, they are just 3 points behind Arsenal, I think. So it's just one game, and they have a game against Arsenal coming up at the Emirates in game week 19, I think. So if they can cause an upset in that game, I feel like they are there. They are right there. They can do wonders. But for me right now, I'll put it on Manchester City. They have Donnarumma, which is one of the best goalkeepers in the world, protecting their goal line, and they have Erling Haaland scoring the goals. So it's going to be very difficult to stop them.
People will argue that Arsenal, they have always been in the mix in the discussion of winning the Premier League. They have finished second for 3 consecutive seasons. You cannot be bad and finish second for 3 consecutive seasons. But the only issue Arsenal they have is they always say they have squad depth. When they have injuries with players like Odegaard or players like and they didn't have any prolific striker. So anytime there's an injury for Odegaard or maybe Havertz or maybe Gabriel Jesus, they find a way to capitulate because of they don't have that depth. So what Arteta did this season was to go into the transfer market and he bought a prolific goal scorer, which is, although he's not firing now, but at least he's a body in that centre forward. He also went on to buy 2 defenders, Moisquera and Hincapi, to close down. You could see that Gabriel Jesus and Saliba, they got injured, but Hincapi and Mosquera did some defensive duties to cover up that space. Even when Odegaard got injured, they went into the transfer market and they bought Eberechieze. So with all these things now, it means that issue that Arsenal they always have, finishing second because of squad depth, they went on this season and fixed that problem. So don't you think this is why they became so strong this season? And this might be the reason why they can go on to win the Premier League this season.
Yeah, of course, they did a very brilliant transfer window the last time, bringing in the likes of Eberechieze and Hincapié and the other younger defender. In fact, they have fortified almost every department. Every department have like 2 quality players each. But Arsenal will always be Arsenal, and Pep Arteta will always be Arteta. Since the first season, which he used Unai Emery's team to win the FA Cup, he has managed to galvanize the team in such a way that they are a strong unit. But they've not been able to bring home silverware. Every season they try their best, and when it gets to the dying minutes, they try. You see them. It's a mentality something, and this thing has happened not once, not twice, not 3 times. So this season, it's almost like because of their signing, everybody felt like they are ripe to win the league this season. But as you can see, some of their players now, their key players, are going on long-term injuries. Someone like Gabriel, Odegaard, these are very key. Even Saliba, these are very key players. And even if they come back before they will, build momentum to start playing regularly again, perhaps the season might have gone far. Of course, coming back will still give them some kind of squad depth, and they will feel strong. They will feel strong. Of course, they are always contenders in the Premier League, but I feel like because of that history of not being able to cross over the line, I feel like Pep Guardiola will nick it this time. And the return leg of these 2 teams, it's almost like they're head to head now. Man City versus Arsenal for the league, and the second leg of that fixture is going to be at the Etihad Stadium. So I feel like Man City is going to throw everything to win that game. And anything that makes, even if they all win their games and Man City wins that game at Etihad, which they will throw everything at home, I feel like they will just win the league.
I'm not sure it's at Etihad though. I think they played the first leg at Etihad.
No, the first leg was at Emirates.
I will still check to confirm. But at the same time, I still believe Arsenal, they have all it takes to win. There's a reason they are top of the table in the Champions League, top of the table in the Premier League. This shows that they have this consistency. They might have just bottle it up against Aston Villa, but that is just one game. I still believe Arsenal can win the Premier League. But I want to hear your thoughts on the comment section. Who do you think is going to be winning the Premier League this season? Is it going to be Arsenal, or is it going to be Pep Guardiola, Man City, or even Aston Villa? These are the 3 things. These are the 3 horse races we're having now. So put in the comment section who you think is going to be taking it home. Thank you guys, and I'll see you guys in my next episode of. I don't forget the show. All right, thank you guys. Thank you for watching. Please, if you enjoyed the show, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. God bless you all.